Good morning. My name is Wendy Jessup. I am a proud member of the Board of Trustees, new, passed years ago, but now I'm back and I'm thrilled to be a part of this congregation and part of the board. My pronouns are she, her, and we are a community that welcomes all people, all backgrounds, races, genders, sexual orientations, and disabilities and abilities, both seen and unseen. And we're delighted that we have you with us today. I have one announcement, and actually you'll hear a bit more about me, and I'll tell you more later. So I'm not going to fill in that part of my board remarks. But today, the Saving the Earth Bite by Bite has a special ice cream tasting. I scream, you scream, we all scream for ice cream. Please join them and us for, after the service, for a dairy-free ice cream taste test. And they'll be meeting in the boardroom. So thank you for joining us today. We look forward to joining you after the service and for fellowship and coffee, and whether you're online, whether you're here with us in the sanctuary, whether this is your first visit or whether this is a long-term home, we are so glad to have you with us today.
Hello, friends. Oh, more applause. I've had the luxury of being away for almost 6 weeks. It was extraordinary. If you want to ask me about Iceland at some point, I would be happy to babble at you. Thank you for the applause. And thank all of you who have sent me emails for such a warm welcome home. I truly, truly appreciate that. This is the Unitarian Universalist Church of Arlington, Virginia. Here, we welcome folks openly. We build community. We are hoping to have the beloved community in this building and in our lives. I'm the Reverend Carol Thomas Sissel, and I serve this congregation as the Minister for Social Justice and Community Development. It is a seriously good job. What I'm hoping you'll do right now is say hello to each other, to someone you came with, or take a moment and meet somebody new that you don't know yet. Let's say hello. I hope you continue those conversations after the service, that you begin to explore each other's lives a little more deeply during coffee hour. Our call to worship this morning is called to pause on the journey. It was written by Linda Hart. Each and every day is a new start. Every year we have is a new beginning, or so we would like to believe. And we don't know. We can't anticipate where we will go, what will happen, what delights await us, what heartbreaks may tear us open. We don't know the pathways, expected and unexpected, that will open in front of us. Even knowing that, we move. We lean our lives in very particular ways. We focus on small moments and large ones. We incline our attention to what is in our hearts and lives and hands. We hope to offer things to the world. We know for sure that our life is in the going, is in the finding what is on this pathway, what is on this pathway, and what might be off on a different road. We move, we give, we create what we can. Why? Because this is the thing, this is the life. Here in the middle of discoveries and delights, in the midst of worries and woes, we hope to find a moment to connect, to pause and breathe, to live in gratitude or hold our sorrow. We come here on the journey because the journey is the living. So come into this sanctuary, come in this morning, hold this instant as if it was the most important thing in the world. Come in. It is so good to be together.
Each Sunday, we light a candle of compassion for those in our community and around the world who are suffering, struggling, and dealing with sorrow. Today, we light this candle for those who are facing uncertainty and experiencing fear, for those whose kitchens are empty of food, and those who don't have permanent housing or are in danger of losing their housing. We wish for them nourishment, stability, and safety. We share our compassion with those whose jobs are not quite enough to pay the bills and those looking for work. We wish for them opportunities, fulfillment, and ease. We share our compassion with those trying to escape violent situations and wish for them sanctuary, refuge, and hope for the future. We share our compassion with those struggling with physical or mental illness and the people who care for them. We wish for them healing, peace, and solace. We share our compassion with those whose identities are threatened because they are queer or gender expansive. We wish for them protection, nurturing, and that they know they are loved for exactly who they are. May we extend compassion to all who need it, and also to ourselves. Amen. Now please join me in our chalice lighting words. I will speak the first 2 lines, and I invite you to join me for the last 4 lines, which are printed in your order of service. We gather together as a community of memory and hope to celebrate life and its infinite possibilities for love. We light this chalice as a symbol of the light within every human heart. May our individual sparks meet and merge, bringing both light and warmth to the world.
Our opening hymn is one that you know. Come, come, whoever you are.
Number 188 in the gray hymnal. We're going to do it as a round, but we'll sing it first. Sophia's going to play the whole thing first on the piano. We'll sing it twice all together. Then I am going to lead this half, the sunny side of the windows, in the first part, and Sophia will have you come in on the other side for the second part of the round, and we'll sing it twice through as a round.
Our opening reading this morning is a poem that I've read to you all several times since my arrival in August 2021. As the service today is on transition and on change, I thought it really appropriate to share The Journey by Mary Oliver with you all. One day, you finally knew what you had to do and began, though the voices around you kept shouting their bad advice through the whole house. It shook terribly, though you felt the old tug at your ankles. "Mend my life," each voice cried. But you didn't stop. You knew what you had to do, though the wind pried with its stiff fingers at the very foundations, though their melancholy was terrible. It was already late enough, and a wild night, and the road full of fallen branches and stones. But little by little, as you left their voices behind, the stars began to burn through the sheet of clouds, and there was a new voice, which you slowly recognized as your own. It kept you company as you strode deeper and deeper and deeper into the world, determined to do the only thing you could do, determined to save the only life you could save. The Journey by Mary Oliver.
I love these boots because you can only swagger in them. Yes. I am Amy Dreyer. I use she, her pronouns. I've almost died at least twice, most notably in 2014 and 2016. The medical details are not particularly important. Just know that I've spent time in ICUs both as a patient and as a doctor. And for the record, I will always choose the role that gets to leave for lunch. My recovery the first time was relatively easy. It was the change that was not. I had to wear compression socks and only slacks even when it was 97 degrees, and go to lots of doctors and specialists and take new high-risk medication. There are now activities that I used to love that are just too risky to justify. I was poked and prodded. I was tested and talked about. Believe me, you do not want to be an interesting patient. I came to understand that statistically, I should not have survived what happened to me. I almost died. I am not invincible. That's the bit of change that was the hardest to swallow. My self-image as a woman who charges through life elbows high and taking whatever challenge catches my fancy had to change. I had to recognize my fragility and still figure out how to be me. In the midst of that process, the second near-death happened. I came even closer to the other side that time, and the recovery was no joke. Doctors agree that I survived by sheer force of will. What hit me hardest afterwards was the PTSD, the fear, and the vigilance, and the self-doubt. The first two events were exactly 25 months to the day apart, and I lived in paralyzing fear of another ICU stay until 25 more months passed safely uneventful. I pierced my nose to mark what didn't happen. My life was not what it had been at all, and I needed a serious reframe in order to survive the change. Eventually, I came to this. What if instead of wallowing in the fragility and the vulnerability, I decided that if life really could throw this bullshit in my path, I best get going on my grand plan. I decided to give not one fluff what people think of me. I let both the swamp witch and the goth goddess out to play. I strengthened connections with those I love and walked away from those that hurt or hinder me. I dug into therapy to figure out who I am. I discovered that in reality, that's a process I do again and again throughout my life. I learned how to network and painstakingly put together the work I now do and love. I leaned into painful and intense life challenges and learned to be a better me. I became a yoga teacher and started a daily meditation practice. I found gratitude in time with family and meals with friends and sunsets and live music and that first truly warm day of spring. Damn it. I acquired mental and emotional flexibility and an awareness of my weaknesses and my superpowers. Some advice. When you meet someone who seems calm and thoughtful, fearless and resilient in the face of anything, don't envy them. We've earned this, and we probably wouldn't wish the path here on anyone. Thank you.
Thank you, Amy. This morning we're sharing reflections. Instead of a sermon-centric day on my first Sunday back, I thought about how could somebody else share a piece of their life that might help you grow. So you've heard one reflection, we'll have two more. And now one of the best parts of the service, the wisdom lesson. For the young and the young at heart, please come on up, dudes. Hey, T. How you doing? You guys want to come up for a story? Oh, whoosh. You're so shy. Oh. And the masses show up. So guys, we're talking, at least the grown-ups are talking, about change this morning. What does change mean to you all? Yes.
It means things become way different.
Things become way different. Anybody else? Yes.
Like it transforms.
It transforms. Yes.
Something different than it was before.
Something different than it was before. Over here?
It can fix or break things.
It can fix or break things. Nice. Anybody else? So, I have a story for you that I am sure you all know. This is not a brand new story. It's called The Very Hungry Caterpillar. You've read this book before. Do you all know what a caterpillar is? Yes? Okay, so you know there's a surprise at the end? Yeah, okay, don't give it away. Let's see what we can learn about caterpillars together. The Very Hungry Caterpillar. In the light of the moon, a little egg lay on a leaf. There's the moon. There's the leaf. On Sunday morning, the warm sun came up, and pop, out of the egg came a tiny and very hungry caterpillar. Let me hear you say caterpillar.
Caterpillar!
Okay, so when I raise my hand, that's your line, caterpillar. He started to look for some food. On Monday, the
Caterpillar!
ate through one apple, but he was still hungry. He started to look for some more food. On Tuesday, the
Caterpillar!
ate through 2 pears. Was that enough? He was still hungry. He started to look for some more food. On Wednesday, he ate through 1, 2, 3 plums. Still hungry. He started to look for some more food. On Thursday, the
Caterpillar!
ate through 4 strawberries. Was that enough?
No.
No. He was what?
Still.
Still hungry. He started to look for some more food. On Friday, the
Caterpillar!
ate through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 oranges. He was still hungry, guys. This is my favorite day. On Saturday, he ate through 1 piece of chocolate cake, 1 ice cream cone, 1 pickle, 1 slice of Swiss cheese, 1 big slice of salami, 1 lollipop, 1 piece of cherry pie, 1 sausage, 1 cupcake, and a big slice of watermelon. That night, he had a stomachache. Is he still hungry? Okay. The next day was Sunday again. The caterpillar ate through a nice, tasty green leaf, and after that, his stomach felt much better. In fact, he wasn't hungry anymore, and he wasn't a little caterpillar anymore. He was a big, fat
Caterpillar!
All right, let's see what else is going to happen. He built a small house. That's called a cocoon. It was all around him. He stayed inside and slept and rested for more than 2 weeks. And then he nibbled a hole in that cocoon, and he pushed his way out, and the caterpillar was what? A beautiful butterfly. Look at that butterfly. Look at those wings. Oh my. So the egg, that tiny egg on the leaf, turned into what? A butterfly. What did it turn into before a butterfly? An egg, a caterpillar, and then a beautiful butterfly. That's a lot of change, isn't it?
No, but first it turned into a cocoon.
Well, okay, so an egg, a caterpillar,
A big caterpillar.
a big fat caterpillar,
And a cocoon.
and then a cocoon,
Butterfly.
and then a butterfly.
No, and then he dried his wings.
Oh, and then he dried his wings after he became a butterfly. So they really do know this story. So how was that for a story about change? What do you guys think? Down there, your hand is up. You?
So it's a story about change, and it changes from a tiny little big butterfly. It changes the way he looks, changes the way he looks, and it changes the way he moves.
He goes from an egg to a butterfly. It changes how he looks. It changes how he moves. It changes what he eats. Yes.
So, like, at first, he was a little caterpillar. He hatched out of his egg, and he was hungry. He was spitting it, but when he ate too much, when he was very, very hungry, he got a stomachache, and then he ate a leaf, but he felt better, and he felt better.
He felt better.
And then he
And then
transformed into using
he transformed.
fat caterpillar and turned into a cocoon.
So he turned into a big fat caterpillar, and then he was a butterfly. So here's what I'm wondering. When things have to change, and you guys said some great stuff about change. It means you're different. It means you're transforming. It means you're becoming something else. Is change good or bad? What do you think? It can be both. What did you say? It can be good and bad. So it's a mixture, isn't it? My favorite part of this story is that at the end, not only did the caterpillar change, but I think that caterpillar likes that he turned into a butterfly. Yeah? So what they turned into, what he became, was something gorgeous and glorious, and now he's ready for the next thing. You think? Yeah. Perfect. You guys were awesome today. I've been away for a while. I wasn't sure how this was going to be, so thank you for being gentle with me. And now we'll sing everybody out to their classes with Sophia's song. Peace to you.
Peace to you on your way. May you grow in love each day, meeting new friends and opening your mind to the wonders of the world you will find. To the wonders of the world you will find.
The very hungry caterpillar ate all that food and got a stomach ache, knew he needed to rest, and then turned into a butterfly. Does that relate to anything that's happened in your life as you moved through change? That you did it, maybe it was a little hard, that you absorbed it, and then you came out the other side, beautiful and gorgeous and stronger than you thought you could. I like that story. I don't have a prayer for you this morning. Instead, I have a meditation. And I'll warn you, you may see me spray my throat. I have what's called travel laryngitis. It's a result of being on too many airplanes in too short of a period of time. It does not hurt, but it sounds scratchy sometimes. Let's take a breath in. Let's let that out. A couple more times, just breathing in and breathing out, and feeling ourselves right here in this space, bottoms on the pew and feet on the floor. We're going to take a meditative walk. Imagine yourself in the city, whatever a city means to you. Maybe you hear a fire truck in the distance. Maybe the street has a gorgeous sidewalk with row houses on one side, and they all have flowers in their yards. Maybe there's someone in the yard across the street that you wave at in a pink housecoat with rollers in her hair, and she waves back. Imagine a city with all the possibilities it has. There you are on that sidewalk in front of your home. Should I go left? Should I go right? There's a coffee shop to the right. but the dog park is to the left. You choose coffee first, and you turn and amble down the sidewalk, not in a rush, one foot in front of the other. You get to the corner, and you can't cross yet. The stop sign, the hand is up, the red hand. So you pause at the corner, and you breathe in, and you breathe out, and you hear the city, the traffic, the hum of air conditioners, just all the city noises. The walk light comes on. You look left, you look right, and you cross the street, headed for coffee. When you get to the other side of the street, there's 2 or 3 people with dogs. Think about those dogs. Let's pause. Are they big dogs or small dogs? Are they curly or straight-haired? Are they quietly sitting, waiting on their master's next command? Or are they rambunctious and jumping up and down on people? What's it like, you think, to be a city dog? You say goodbye to the dogs and you continue walking. You're almost at that coffee shop. You see somebody else you know, and there's a wave of recognition. And they wave back at you, and you nod. And you smell the coffee when the coffee shop door opens. You walk in. The barista sees you come in, so you don't even have to place your order. They just give you a thumbs up, and you know the latte's being made. You sit down at a table by the window and wait for your coffee. As you sit there, the sun is coming through the window, and it warms your skin. You're calm. You're peaceful. The sun is warming your skin. You're thinking about those 3 dogs you just saw and the neighbors that you have waved to and recognized, and you feel settled, at peace, safe. Normally you have to go to the counter to get your coffee, but the barista brings it over. You exchange pleasantries, and you feel even more settled. And you also feel seen. That first sip of coffee, delicious, hot, creamy. It rests in your mouth in such a familiar way that you almost don't swallow it. But part of your brain wants the caffeine. So you sip your coffee, and you look out the window, and you watch the people go by, breathing, serene, safe, sound. Imagine yourself near the end of the cup of coffee, thinking about what's next, about a day that's going to open in front of you, where you choose all the steps on the journey. And a smile comes to your face. And you like the idea of being able to choose. And that feels like part of the journey that you get to decide. You finish that coffee. Stand up from the table, make sure you recycle, and go out the door back onto the sidewalk. The sun is still warming you. Another neighbor walks by. And you stand ready to go left or right, warmed by the coffee, fueled by the friendship of neighbors, a little smiley because of those dogs. You breathe in, you breathe out, and you are ready to continue the journey, the walk, the absorbing of the space you were in right there at that time. Breathing in and breathing out. Let that city that you formed in your brain dissipate. Let yourselves come right back to this space. If your eyes were closed, open them. Feel the pew next to you. Look to the left or the right and smile. Our most powerful tool for relaxation is our brains. One of the things I practiced in my time away was exactly what I just did with Hugh, was closing my eyes, was pausing, and letting myself explore a whole nother place in my mind. I offer that to you. There are places you have been that you want to go again. Go there. Experience them. Taste some ice cream. Feel that cotton candy sticky on your hand. Let that sense of peace you get from being someplace you love or someplace you imagine wash over you. And hold it in comfort, in self-care.
Fuente d'amor, ven hacia mí, y al corazón cántale tu compasión. Oh, volar sobre la mar, hasta moldear la justicia de la vida. Arraigame, libérame, fuente de amor, ven a mí, ven a mí. Spirit of love, come unto me. Sing in my heart all the stirrings of compassion. Blow in the wind, rise in the sea, move in the hand, giving life the shape of justice. Roots hold me close, wings set me free. Spirit of life, come to me, come to me.
In case you can't see it from the back, I want everybody to look at my shirt. It says, "Change is coming, whether you like it or not." That's a quote from climate activist Greta Thunberg. And usually I dress up a little more when I'm going to be on the chancel, but I felt like nothing is truer than this right now, so I had to wear it. I'm in the thick of it. Over the past year, all kinds of change have come barreling at me from all sides, knocking me off my feet more times than I can count. The fact that I'm standing here today demonstrates that I have, in fact, gotten back up again and again. Sometimes it takes me longer than others. Often, I need the help of strong hands and warm hugs and kind words to get me back on my feet. Actually, I almost always need other people to help me navigate this change. And thankfully, a lot of the folks in this room and in this community are the folks that have helped me. I'll start with what happened last August. My mom had a serious stroke. This was not her first stroke, nor her first life-altering stroke. But over the last year, it's become clear that she's not going to recover the ability she's lost. Her world has become smaller and smaller, which is frustrating and painful for her, and it's difficult for all of us to watch her struggle. Just as challenging has been seeing how completely emotionally and physically exhausting and overwhelming it is for my dad to be her full-time caregiver. Layered on top of all that is navigating what it means to be a good daughter in this situation. I've only ever had the one set of parents, so I can't speak to anyone else's experience of watching your parents age or reconfiguring your relationship with them and your role in the family. I just know that for me, it's been rough. I am profoundly thankful that my parents have always been kind and generous people, ready and willing to share their time, energy, and resources with us. And I wish that I could offer them the same support and companionship that they need now, and I realize I just can't. Raise your hand if you've ever heard the term sandwich generation. Now raise your hand if you're in the sandwich generation right now. I see you. For anyone not familiar with the concept, say you're an adult and your parents are one slice of bread. We'll say sourdough. Your children are the other slice. Toasted or not toasted, your choice. Your partner is the cheese. I'm using provolone here. Your career is a slice of tomato, if you're lucky, the kind that actually tastes like a tomato. Your friends are a crisp leaf of romaine lettuce or maybe some cucumber slices, and there's some mayonnaise spread in there representing your hobbies and spiritual life and whatever else keeps you sane. Then there's you, a couple of pieces of thinly sliced honey ham. You are vital to that sandwich, but man, are you getting squished. To stretch this analogy to its limits, let's go back to that slice of tomato. Better yet, substitute some avocado. Avocado is this mystical being that's either not yet ripe and then you cut it open and you can't eat it, or it's overripe and you cut it open and it's brown and spotty and gross and you're just completely disappointed in yourself for not being able to sense the exact moment of avocado perfection. So, in case you've lost the thread here, avocado, here's your career. Sometimes you work hard and you're good at what you do, and you still have no control over what happens to you at work. I know many of you can relate to this right now. If your own job hasn't been affected or eliminated by the capriciousness of this administration, you probably have friends, family, or neighbors in this situation. In my case, the catalyst for my career shift was not the government, but a toxic work environment where my contributions were constantly undermined and undervalued. So I made the hard but necessary decision in the spring to leave my full-time job and return to running my own communications business, focusing on storytelling to cultivate connection and change. Before my recent position that I just left, I was a consultant for 16 years, and I loved the part of work that's talking and listening to people and writing about them. I did not love the part of work that's invoicing and waiting for checks to arrive and paying taxes. So now I'm working to rebuild, to find new clients who will pay me well for what I love to do. I need to open the perfect avocado and make sure it doesn't slip out of the sandwich. While I could continue with this analogy, I feel like all that's left of it is crumbs. But I will say that the most pressing life in my change right now is the fact that my husband and I will be taking our daughter Zoe to college in 10 days. 10 days. The impending arrival of this milestone is causing me to question all my life choices. Why have I always encouraged Zoe to learn and grow and become independent? Why did I tell her to follow her dreams? What on earth was I thinking, driving her all up and down the East Coast to visit colleges for the past 3 years? Did I not anticipate that all the tours and info sessions and explorations of charming college towns would result in her moving out? Seriously, what is wrong with me? Of course, I am immensely proud of Zoe for everything she has accomplished that has brought her to this point. I'm so excited for the adventures that she's about to embark on, the people she's going to meet, and everything she's going to discover about herself and the world. And what am I going to do without her at home? Yes, she's a teenager, but she's also usually a delightful person to be around. And she's funny and even likes hanging out with me, especially if I'm willing to take her to get food. Now I will have to figure out what it looks like to be there for her when she needs me and also watch her make her own mistakes from 600 miles away. How have I dealt with all this change? Certainly not by myself. Friends and family who've been with me through these things, some of who have experienced them before, some haven't, have shared their stories and listened to mine and texted to say just that they've been thinking of me. I've spent many months looking for a therapist who takes my insurance, and finally a friend and a member of this congregation offered to do some research for me to help me with that, and the next day she had 3 names that I could contact, and I ended up with a great and affordable therapist. I have an accountant, I have a career coach, I've been to support groups and called helplines, I get acupuncture and massages, and I know there's more I could be doing, but right now, this is what I can do. The ups and downs are inevitable, and this volume and velocity of change show no sign of slowing. So if you see me start to tip over, feel free to reach out a hand before I hit the ground.
We will not let you fall. We will not let you fall. So one of the things that happens when you're away is people just keep emailing you as if you were not away. Rev Amanda, who's coming back to us on August 6th, next week, did a really intelligent thing. Her notice on her email says, "I will not see this email you are sending me. It will be deleted. Email me again in August." So smart. Mine just says, "I'm going away." I think it said, "I will be back. I will miss you all. See you in August." So people kept emailing me as if I was here and going to read all the email when I returned. On Friday, August 1st, when I officially started back at work, I felt extremely obligated to read all those emails because I did not warn anybody I would not be reading them. One bubbled up immediately as a concern that not one person, but several people had in our congregation. The concern was about Culpeper Garden. After the 3rd or 4th email that I read, that each had a line in it, people are going to end up homeless. They're going to put folks out. I realized that I was extremely undereducated about something that had happened in our community in July while I was away. An email. This is my response to Emily Abrams about a step I decided to take. Thank you for emailing me, Emily. I appreciate your positive words and support. No, there wasn't a complete Share the Plate application from Culpeper Garden. After reading a number of emails and starting to feel my blood pressure rise, I made an executive decision. The executive decision was that UUCA would live its values and we would walk our talk. I hope folks understand and that I'm not going to end up in trouble. Here's what happened. I returned to work, and in my inbox, there were email after email after email about recent events at Culpeper Garden. I had no idea what had been going on. So I emailed Charlie Ming, Culpeper Garden board chair. He made time to talk to me today. This was on Friday. We had an illuminating conversation. I made a new friend, and I learned a bit about the history of Culpeper Garden and what was happening to them. In less than 3 minutes, Charlie reaffirmed the decision I had made to offer assistance that we have available right now to Culpeper Garden. He also agreed to come and speak at UUCA this month. He's going to join us on Sunday, August 31st, after coffee, after church. That's the entire story. I talked to Charlie. I realized that we should do something with Share the Plate in August, and I made a decision, and we're going to do it. Thanks again for the support and the positive email response. Our Share the Plate recipient for August 2025 is Culpeper Garden. When I spoke to Charlie on the phone, there's 2 things he wanted me to tell you. One is he wants to come and talk to us because this relationship matters. And 2 is nobody is going to end up homeless because the assisted living rooms at Culpeper Garden are being phased out. No one is going to end up without a place to live. I'm not going to try to explain to you the entire financial situation of Culpeper Garden. That's why Charlie's coming. But I do want to say this to you. Our relationship with Culpeper Garden goes way back. Many of you know this. They care about their residents. They also want to keep their doors open. So they have to make a shift. They have to change the way that they are taking care of people. Not stop taking care of people, but they have to change the way they're taking care of people. Right now, Culpeper Garden includes 3 independent senior living facilities with 346 apartments. It is the largest low-income retirement property in the Arlington area. It's the only one that offers a complete dining plan. UUCA has a deep history with Culpeper Garden. In 1926, Dr. Charles Culpeper bought 5 acres of land in what was then rural Arlington. He wanted to breed flowers and provide a playground for his children. They lived on that property 45 years and then sold it at a very reduced cost to an independent nonprofit housing corporation that was established by UUCA. This became the Arlington Retirement Housing Corporation. Dr. Culpeper supported UUCA's effort and the Arlington Retirement Housing Corporation's mission to provide affordable housing for low-income seniors. That mission has not changed. The circumstances have. So share the plate. Share the plate is something we do every single Sunday. 70% of our offering goes to an organization that is in need. 30% comes back to the church so we can continue doing good work. In the month of August, we will send 70% of every Sunday's offering to Culpeper Garden. What I want to do is work with the social justice ministry team and figure out what we want to see that money go towards. Charlie and their board are entirely open to that. What I also really wanted to do on Friday was figure out a way we could help them now. Not in the future, not next year, not remind them, oh, you need to fill out a Share the Plate application. Culpeper Garden is part of our community. We are going to help them when they are in need. Please give as generously as possible, and remember 70% of what you give, whether it's a cash check or you use the QR code and do it electronically, 70% of what you give will go directly to Culpeper Garden. Will the ushers please collect an offering? Ours is a community that gives. We give of our time, we give our talent, we give our treasure. The way that you all support Share the Plate is incredibly important, particularly in these times. Organizations are having more and more trouble being able to share what they have to offer. We're going to keep on doing this. Let's bless our offering. We bless and receive these gifts, opening our hearts to true generosity. Please join me. Let us be grateful when we give, be it time, talent, or treasure. Let us be grateful for our needs and the experience of vulnerability. Let us be grateful for those who share their gifts to nurture this congregation. Thank you all.
Good morning once again. I'm Wendy Jessup, she, her pronouns. Tom and I were in Brooklyn, New York in late June when I received Rev CTC's email asking if I'd like to provide a reflection on transition and change. I immediately agreed because I was in the midst of dealing with an upcoming family change. You see, we were in Brooklyn helping my son Shay and his family as they prepared to move to Berlin to protect their daughter, our 5-year-old granddaughter, and of course themselves. For those of you who do not know, Shay is transgender and married to a man. Shay is also an articulate social justice warrior who isn't afraid to write, organize, and speak out on a variety of causes: climate change and environmental justice, human rights, and especially the cruelty, injustice, atrocities that we are witnessing today. In our current political climate, they feared that their daughter would be taken from them because they are a queer family and because of Shay's political activism. And a sidebar, their move to Germany, and the irony of that is not lost on me. And the reason why they can do that is that our son-in-law's grandparents were killed by the Nazis, and he gained German citizenship for himself, his father, and their daughter. And I'm so proud that they had that opportunity. So when Rev CTC contacted me, I was up to my eyeballs keeping overly busy and trying to be of use, organizing stuff, cleaning, packing, helping them dispose of things, so I didn't have to focus on their upcoming departure on June 30th, and I figured I had something to share. As I kept busy, I couldn't help but think about situations from history and today, where families are separated due to geopolitical and environmental events. And for those of you that know this, there is a song, it's a contemporary ballad called Kill Kelly Ireland, and it's a contemporary ballad that shares letters that were sent between family members who had emigrated all over the world and they shared their experiences, and they missed each other, and the song kept on repeating and repeating and repeating in my head. The letters were sent between 1860 and 1892, and it is a song of love and longing due to family separation. Since Shay, Morgan, and Rosa left, I've been reflecting on my personal evolution in dealing with change and transition, because I've had a lot over my lifetime between family divorce and problems with just sort of getting on with other people in my family, and even Shay's transition from female to male. This time it feels different. I'm sad, but I'm not gutted or devastated or numb. I am so proud of them for doing what they needed to protect their family, and I am furious about the reasons on why they've had to take these steps. In comparison to other times when I've dealt with change, I feel calmer and more centered. Perhaps it's because of my meditation practice, but I think more importantly, I think it's because I have a community where it's safe to express my pain and share my anger, knowing that I will not be judged. I couldn't do that in my birth family. It's felt good to be able to share what has been happening, and I am indebted to the choir who listened to me during one of our chalice times several months back when I shared my pain and fierce anger. The difference is that I am not alone. Yes, there are moments when I am down, and at those moments I stop to remind myself that the feeling will pass and that it's time to get some exercise or extra sleep, cook something yummy, or even indulge in a little bit of dark chocolate. Do something to take care of myself so that I can go back out into the world with a clear head and open heart. I think about the privilege that some of us have to take care of ourselves in this world today, and those that can leave the country like Shay and his family. Not all people can do that. I know that there are many others who don't have those opportunities. And my takeaways now are that it's important to be present to what is happening, find community of sharing and mutual support, take rest and respite when needed, and channeling my feelings into action that will help us all get through these tough times. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for this community.
Closing hymn this morning is number 128, For All That Is Our Lives. Please rise, embody your spirit, and sing from the heart.
For all that is our life, we sing our prayers and praise. For all life is a gift which we are called to use to build the common good and make our own days glad. For needs which others serve, for services we give, for work and its reward, for hours of rest and love, we come with praise and thanks. For all that is our life. For sorrow we must bear, for failures, pain, and loss, for each new thing we learn, for fearful hours that pass, we come with praise and thanks. For all that is our life. For all that is our life, we sing our praise and thanks. For all life is a gift which we are called to use to build the common good and make our own days glad.
Our chalice extinguishing words, which are printed in your order of service. We extinguish this chalice, but not the light and warmth it represents. These we carry with us, bringing our sparks of love to the world.
Change, transition, transformation. We are all moving through change, sometimes what feels like at the speed of light, and sometimes what feels incredibly slow. As a benediction this morning, I share somebody else's words. Be kind, be gentle to one another, for we are all on a journey, and no one knows what each of us is holding. Be kind, be gentle to one another, for we are all on a journey, and no one knows what each of us is holding. Go into the week with love and joy and gratitude for what you have. Take your goodness into the world. Blessed be.